Okay, welcome. For years now, we have been teaching some basic things on this YouTube channel. All right. And today we are going to go a little bit advanced, which is on HTML. All right. What is HTML and how to use it to code? The truth of the matter is that nothing is so difficult in this life unless if you don't understand it. Okay, so I urge you to follow, even if what brought you to this channel is about basic things. You will learn them. I'll explain them in a way you understand. Okay, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. All right, it's a computer language that we use in building web pages. Web pages are those pages you read when you visit a website. All right. So later I'm going to show you on the screen what web pages looks like and what a web page look like and how HTML is used to structure it. Okay. So it's a basic programming language. It is made up of tags and elements. Now, tag is created with what you call angular bracket. It has the opening and it has the closing, all right, with forward slash. Okay, so when we start practically, you are going to see how it looks like. Then, elements is composed of the tags and its contents, all right. So that is what you call element in HTML, the summation of the tag itself and the content inside of it. So let's get to our screen for me to teach you how to code with HTML, starting with what it looks like in a website. All right, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's open our browser for you to see how a web page looks like and the impact of HTML. Okay, then let me visit bbc.com. Let's see something. Okay. Okay, so here you can see we have been landed on a BBC homepage. Okay, so this is a web page, all right, on a website. The website is bbc.com. All these things you see here, there are different pages that are added up in one homepage, all right. Okay, you can see this here. You can see this content. It says cooperate, cooperate or else. Trump's Colombia face earth in warning to all leaders. Okay, this text here is created with HTML. All right. Likewise, this content here, the body part. This is the body part is created with HTML. All these things here, that all the functions of HTML is HTML language that is being used to create them. Even this navigation menu here, anything text, all right, anything text on any website is the job of HTML. So let me click on this for it to open fully for us to read the content for and for me to explain more. Okay, you can see this is a title. In HTML, we call this heading 1 because that is the major heading, okay, of this article. All right, so this is created with HTML. Then this content is the body section of a HTML. All right. So this is still created with HTML down to anywhere you see text on this website. All right. So the same thing applies if you are working on another website. Okay. So now let's code with HTML. Before you can code with HTML, you require what you call code editor. Okay. And the one we are going to use here is what we call VS Code. VS Code. All right. There are many types out there. When we are using VS Code to code is because we want to build our code locally on our PC. So it's after building locally on our PC. If we have a website that we purchased already, we can make it to be live like this. But here, let's do everything locally first. So maybe when we pay for a website, we can upload our own page on the internet so that everybody can see it irrespective of where you are in the world, just like this BBC website. Okay, so first let's open a new tab and then in this search area search for VS Code. All right, VS Code. you can see the name VS Code. Okay, you can see that Visual Studio Code. Okay, code editing redefined. Okay, so click on this. So on this page that you are taken to, click on this download. All right, good. You are taken to this new page. All right, on this new page, you have some options: Windows, Debian, Ubuntu. All right, these are different types of OS. All right, and this is Mac and this is RPM. Okay, Red Hat, Fedora, and SUSE. So depending on the type of computer you are using, the type of laptop you are using, that will determine what you are going to download, the file you are going to download here. So most times the users are likely to be Windows or Mac. So if you're a Windows user, maybe your computer runs Windows 11 or Windows 10, click on this and it will download. If you're using Apple PC, click on this and it will download and you install it. So in my own case, I have downloaded this file as application file and I've installed it. But let me guide you on how you need to, the steps you need to take to install it. So you open your your file explorer once it's downloaded. Here I'm using Windows 11. I'll click on downloads folder. Okay. So on this new page, you will find that file you just downloaded. Okay, I think I've deleted mine. Okay, I've deleted mine kind of. Okay, I've deleted mine. So you will see it here. Then double click on it. A notification will show up on your screen asking you whether to allow this program to make changes to your PC. Click on allow. All right. So, and then agree with the terms and condition, and at the end, the application will be fully installed on your PC. Okay. Remember, I said double click, then a notification will show up. Click on allow button, agree with the terms and condition, and then install it on your PC. Okay. So once the installation is done, let's start our coding. The first step you need to take for us to start our coding on HTML is to click on one of these major folders here. Okay. When you click on one of these major folders, you have to create a folder for this coding. Okay. So let me click on this new and then select folder, and then let me call this coding 2025. Okay, 2025. Okay, then press enter key for the name to be saved. Now that this folder has been saved, I will double click on it for it to open. Then inside it, let me create another new folder and call it HTML. So follow along, please. Okay, HTML code. All right, code, or just HTML. Let's just leave it as HTML. Press enter key for the name to be saved. Okay, you can see that this name has been saved. So the next step is for us to open that VS Code that we installed on our PC. I guided you on how to install yours. So I'll click on start. Then I'll click here and search for VS Code. Okay, Visual Studio Code or VS Code. Anyone, you can see the name I show up where. I'll click on it for it to open. Okay, once this code editor opens, this is the interface you will see. All right, so we want to start our coding, and maybe if your own interface looks different, maybe there is a pop-up guiding you on what to do from here on this page. Please close it. Okay, so this is the interface we need to work with. All right, so now come to this section and click on this file tab. Okay, then we want to open that folder we created so that everything we are building will be saved in that folder. So then go down to this and select this open folder option. This will open a section of your file explorer. But remember, we are get to where you saved, where you created that folder. If you remember, I created mine in documents, which I told you to follow along. And then I said I created this folder code 2025, code in 2025. Then click on this HTML. This is where we want to save it. All right, in this folder HTML, which is inside this code 2025. Then I'll click on select folder. Okay, this notification shows up. It said, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder I'm the author. All right, so I'll check this box for it to trust me always, and nice click on this. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay, so you see this will open a new page. Okay, and this is where we are. All right, so this has been imported. Then come to this section. You will see this place is raise new file. We want to create a new file inside this folder. So click on this new file. Okay, so on clicking on this new file, give it a name class.html. This is going to what this means is that it's telling this folder that it is HTML codes that we want to write. Okay, then press the enter key of your computer keyboard, and we are taken to this place automatically. Okay, you can see this class.html. Now it's now left for us to start our coding. And I want to let you know that HTML is of different versions. And one of the latest is HTML5, just like you have versions of iPhones. iPhone 11, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone 15. So each version comes with different improvements and more features. And that is why HTML5 has more tags. Okay, so here type HTML. You can see now it's showing us some different versions of HTML. And this one, HTML, this column 5 means HTML5. That's what we are going to be working with. Okay, so click on it. Good. Now this has opened, and it opens with structure of HTML. You can see first it declared doc type HTML. It's telling the whole world that the document type of this coding is HTML. This computer language, the coding language, the document type is HTML. Then HTML language, EN, English. All right, so we want to code in English. Then this is the header section, meta, chassis. Forget about this. Let me not disturb you with this and so many others. But the way I want to draw your attention is that this is the header area. You can see this and this are tags. All right, angular brackets close. That is tag, as I explained at the beginning of this tutorial. Then this is the body section where you say a lot of things about what you want to talk about. Just like when I was on BBC website, those full article section are the body of the website. Okay, and at the end, everything you are writing at the end is going to close in HTML. That is the close bracket. All right, the close angular bracket. Okay, so now let's start from here. You can see title of this web page we are creating is given as document. Now it's left for you to give it a different title. So I'm going to double click here and call this and delete this document and call this one importance of content creation, or just content creation. Let's call it content creation. Okay, so now with this title content creation, when we finish creating this and save it on our PC, it's gonna open using this title content creation. Okay, so now we are done with the title section. Let's move to the body area. Okay, so now we click here and start what we want to say in this body area. Okay, now on this body area, let's talk about some things. We talk about header. Header stand for headings. Okay, so let me start with heading one, H1. All right, sorry, H1. Okay, okay, you can see this code editor is helping us to make things easy instead of starting from this opening brackets, angular brackets, and closing it at the same time. No, it makes it easy for you. So let's say one of the subheadings I want to say here is the number one is content creation platforms. Okay, content creation platforms. So you see how this will be when we visit it in our browser. Okay, okay, so this is the first heading, H1 content creation platforms. So then you can push this thing down. It doesn't mean, all right, and you can click here and push this thing down so that it will make our work neater, kind of. so that you see the different sections we have here. Okay, this one is header one. So after header one, I can press enter and start saying what I want to say about content creation platforms. Okay, so everything is still in the body section. So I can say there are many platforms, so I can say anything. Okay, you can see now I have made my statement in this body after the header section, heading one. I say there are many platforms for content creation. They include YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Okay, so this is still under the body section of this HTML code. All right, so now maybe I want to explain YouTube separately. All right. So I can press the enter key to jump to the next line, and then I will call it heading 2 because it is under heading 1. So it will not be bigger, it will be this heading 1 will be bigger than it in terms of size. So let's say H2. I'll type H2. This code editor has brought out H2. Then you see I have selected it and it has made the work easy for me. It has bringing the opening and the closing tags. All right, so here let me call this um let's call this okay, YouTube content creation. Let me start with that. YouTube content creation. Okay, you can see this is a new, it's suggesting no problem. If you like, you click. If you don't like, you leave it. So we are good with that. Okay, so YouTube content creation is another heading on its own, but it's under heading one. So it's going to be smaller in size. So after that, click here and then press the enter key and start saying what you want to say about YouTube content creation. Okay, so I can say a few things. Okay, now here I've said few things about YouTube. I say YouTube is one of the platforms to make a lot of money, but you need to work anyway. So this is after I made this heading too. All right. So, and I have said what I want to say, and everything is inside this body section of HTML. Okay. So now let's go and see how this thing is going to look in a web browser. Sometimes after you view it, it may not look so good. Then you come back here and work on it again, and then before you get what you want to get. Okay, that is something about developers. Okay, about coding. Sometimes you may not get it right at the first time, then you come back, you try again until everything is okay. You can see we have tag heading tags here, body tag, h1 h tags, and the rest. But you see there are so many tags you can use. All right, you can browse tags, HTML tags. You see a lot of them, bold, abbreviation, and the rest. There are plenty, there are a lot of them. But let's just work with this basic. With time, you learn more. Okay, that's it. So let me not bother you too much. So let's save this before we view in a web browser. And for you to save it, click on File and then select Save. Okay, this has been saved. So let's get to our File Explorer to see this folder. I clicked on document to code 2025, double click on that, HTML, double click for you to see the content. These are content. So I'll click on this, right click, and select how I want to open it. Okay, open with, I want to open it with Google Chrome. So I'll select Google Chrome. You can see our content. Look at what I told you. The document section is a coding is the name of the major title is coding. You can see it appear here. Then content creation platforms. You can see this is heading 1 and this is heading 2. YouTube content creation is heading 2. All right. If I want to talk about Facebook content creation, it may be heading 3. All right. Or heading 2 as well. Because they are under this, there are subheadings of this major heading. Okay, I said there are many platforms for content creation. They include YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So if we have a web, if we have purchased a domain already, we can just take this file here, this is our coding, our codes here, and then push it into the website. Okay, so any person from anywhere in the world will see everything we have. Okay, that is how coding works. But here we have saved everything locally because we don't have money now to pay for domain. But I'm trying to tell you how this works. Okay, so with this, you have known the basics of HTML coding, and I believe you do better as you follow me to learn more as I create more videos on that HTML. I believe you find this content helpful. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to this channel by hitting the subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section and hit the like button. If you have any question, just drop that in the comment section and I will answer you. You can watch this video here to learn more on tech, all right? Thank you and see you some other time.